Hi, this is Alan from Alpus Group, and I've just attended a Learn Property meeting webinar online, and it's been discussing the issue of viewing agent. So essentially, if you want to fulfill the task of a viewing agent, you need to basically master the area in which you want to offer your expertise as a viewing agent. So for example, what you'd need to know is the areas, the towns you're going to be covering, the postcodes, and the time it takes you to travel from where you live to those postcodes, because what you're going to be doing is viewing properties on behalf of property investors or developers or people interested in buying properties in that area. So what you're going to be doing is fulfilling a role of a sort of surveyor to look at these properties, to photograph them, to identify any defects, any issues that need resolving, any problems, cracks in the walls, structural issues, subsidence. It's actually quite a responsible role, because if you get this wrong, if you don't pick up defects with the building, then the investor you're working for could in fact offer more than the building is worth, because you haven't picked up some defects that need to be remedied. So that's the sort of point of this. You're acting as the investor or developer's eyes and ears. So what you're going to do is look at features of the area that you're considering being the expert in, things that make that area unique. So it might be, for example, if we took Guildford, which is one built up area near where I live, it's a historic city, it's quite a wealthy city, there are employment areas, commercial parks there, Science Park in Guildford. There's another area which has got light industrial, and there, of course, there are residential areas, and there's a big commercial area. So to be an expert in that area, you need to know these areas reasonably well. And I do know Guildford reasonably well, and also Woking, having worked there in the past, and I also know Farnham as well. So all these towns, Hazelmere, Midhurst, even going down to Chichester, working the way along to Portsmouth, I know all these areas quite well. And if you want to fulfill the role of a viewing agent, you'd need to know your areas very well. So you also need to know the businesses that are active in the areas. So I know some of the big companies in Havant, the industrial area outside Portsmouth. There's an industrial area at Cosham. So we've got Port Solent area as well. Populations of the different areas that you want to be an expert in. The biggest employers, so you know what basically is the sort of demand for property in that area as a result of executives moving into the area, workforce requirements and so on. You also need to know about transport links in your area, so it's rail and road links, and also aviation if there is an airport in the area. Obviously, nearest airport to Portsmouth is Southampton, but more likely people are wanting to use Gatwick or London Airport, which is not that far a drive from the south coast. Article 4 areas, Portsmouth is restricted in terms of HMOs, so you need to understand whether the particular area you're an expert in is restricted in that way, and the types of properties that are selling the fastest in your area, whether these are 2 or 3 bedroom houses or flats. You need to identify what those are, and also you need to be aware of what are the average property prices in your area, and are they higher or lower than the national average. So all these factors will make you an expert in your particular area. So what we'll do is we'll move on to some other features of acting as a viewing agent in another video, but these are some of the important factors for now. See you in the next video. Cheers.